are here today on the catamaran Moana with the owner Mareike Guhr. And she's quite an interesting person, I must say, traveling around the world for a couple of years now, and is also founder of a nice project in Haiti. And we're gonna ask her some questions today. So would you like to introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a bit about your trip so far and what are your next destinations maybe?
Sure. I love sailing. This is probably the most important thing because otherwise you wouldn't do that, ever. I have been sailing for nearly 40 years now, I guess, and that's where experience comes from, and also the idea of I can do it even by myself, which is not totally normal maybe, but everyone can do it, I think. I borrowed boats first. That's unusual as well, because I don't have the money by myself to buy a boat. This boat I bought, but I'm still in big debts, so it's not mine yet. But I bought the boat because of the project we just mentioned, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But I started about 10 years ago to quit everything at home. I've been a journalist about sailing mostly, and I quit everything to go sailing and go see the Pacific. And since then it's the third boat now, but I did one circumnavigation with a borrowed boat, and now I'm hopefully going to go again to the Pacific with Moana.
Nice. And you do also charter and have guests on board from time to time?
Yeah, I love teaching people the beauty about sailing, how to do it, how to learn more, get confidence as well. But it's also to finance the stuff because, as I said, it's still big debts. So everyone who's coming on board is helping me to maintain Moana and being able to do the projects, which I will be hopefully continuing.
So you started 2 years ago a project on Haiti. Can you tell us something about it?
Actually, I started 10 years ago.
Oh, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years ago was the earthquake. And that's when I started my first trip with a monohull back then. Wanted to go to the Pacific, and I was sure 1 year later I would pass by Haiti on my way to Panama. And I didn't just want to pass by, but go on and help whenever I could, because I'm from the media, because I can draw attention, because I can bring stuff. We have boats, and that's, I think, the most important thing. We can transport stuff. And to bring something to Haiti means you're putting a container full of stuff and you're trying to send it. Maybe half of it will be coming to where it should be. And if we put stuff on our boat, we can just one-on-one bring it there. And, I have an orphanage, which is on a little island south of Haiti, belonging to Haiti. It's called Vache, and there's this little orphanage which is built up by an incredible Franco-Canadian sister. She's really amazing, and that's where I brought the stuff. So helping kids is the main intention. And that's why 2 years ago, yes, I founded a foundation which is called Island Child Care, to help children, and mostly on remote places. That's where we go. We go to the most remote places where no one else goes, and that's what we can do with boats.
If people would like to support your charity foundation, how can they do that?
Oh, there are many ways. For sure, I'm collecting donations, like money, really, and on islandchildcare.de, that's the website, which is also now transferred in English soon. There's all the information you can get. But also, if you have a boat and you're going to Haiti, or I can maybe encourage you to go to Haiti, then we would help you providing either money or ideas or how to get donations, and then do the shopping, which I mostly do in the Dominican Republic, which is next door. But that's where you can get all the stuff, buy it, and just bring it over and help those kids over there. Lots of ideas of helping, just to...
And what about these people who would like to help but are a bit afraid entering Haitian waters with their own boat?
I was afraid myself.
Possibilities, or do you say it's not a big deal at all to go?
No,
to
now
Haiti?
I would say if you go to certain places, it's not a big deal. But I was afraid. I've just been. I'm really back for 3 weeks now, and I've just been. And before I went this time, I was really considering a lot about, is it possible, is it safe, can I do it? Because the political situation isn't good. There's a lot of manifestations and even kidnappings going on in the heart of Haiti, which is Port-au-Prince, and you should never go there. No. But we, with our boats, go to this little island, Lavash, and that's really, really safe. So I felt completely okay, and I would recommend everyone to go. Yes.
Sounds nice. What are your plans for the future?
Go back to Haiti. No, true. This summer I'm planning to go up the east coast of the US. Hopefully being able to take guests again, because hopefully people can fly in again, and continue to work with the boat. And then come back here. We're in the Bahamas, beautiful Bahamas, which is also a good cruising ground to teach people, to show them the beauties. And then go once more to Haiti at least, help there, and through the Panama Canal onto the Pacific. That's again where I want to spend most of my time. And there's again lots of remote islands where I just brought a trampoline, for example, to Tonga, because there was a donation which needed ascending, just needed a boat to bring it. And then the next year I went 2 times to Tonga. I just brought clothes for children because they just had a hurricane in the middle of the Hapai group in Tonga. So there's always hurricane relief, lots of stuff to help, really, we always, whenever we go to remote places, we should think about it and bring stuff.
You told me something about a really interesting little suitcase that he got from an eye doctor or something in Hamburg.
Yes, yeah, that's a very good foundation in Hamburg, which is, he's a, how do you call those eye doctors? But he's a specialist, especially even for kids' eyes. And he developed a suitcase with a little machine which can, even with amateurs, can examine children's eyes with some other tests as well we're doing. And then you bring these results to Hamburg, and they are doing the glasses. They do the exact prescription glasses, and then someone else can bring them to the remote island again. And so last time when I went to Panama to look for a boat, I had one of these pair of glasses in my pocket and was looking for a boat who was going. And it was Palmerston. I don't know whether you know, it's just in the middle of nowhere of the Cook Islands. And I found a boat and said, yeah, okay, I'm going.
Nice.
That's so cool because we can reach out and bring that stuff. Yeah, this would, I mean, eyes are the most important things we have for learning, for a future, for the kids to have an idea of what they can do.
That's how it should be in our world, I would say.
I have something else. When you spend time in the Pacific, I think a lot of people sometimes think they have to overload their boat with stuff that is super heavy and it's just not possible. But I think it's about the little things, huh?
Yeah, and you never know what's going to happen.
No.
So whatever you put on board, you won't need it, and the one you don't,
yeah,
that's what you're looking for in the end. Yes, you're going to places where you can't buy stuff and you cannot really get anything. But if you want to help, then it's easy stuff which doesn't have to be a lot of weight or a place or space in your boat. So you can always do something, even with little boats. Yeah, glasses, even reading glasses. You know, in Tonga I met one of those wonderful women. She was in the market hall all day long, and they have these baskets and whatever they are producing. And when you get older, I mean, I do know by now, I need glasses if it gets too tiny, and they don't have any. So making their work just easier by giving them a 1.0 or 1.5 reading glass makes life much easier. And you can easily transport that. Yeah. And they don't need a prescription. That's just giving them stuff. Medicine, very important as well. All kinds of medicine. So I'm always having a big pack of stuff and trying to help whenever someone needs something. Lots of little things to help this.
Yeah, thank you for a small interview and sharing this information. If you want to know more about the foundation, just click on the website linked below. And yeah, and then you can find out also how to support the activities and yeah, and how to help.
Thank you.
Thank you.